Holy shit, you guys! Okay, I had actually sort of given up on ever doing vlogs again about recent movie news or recent trailers or anything like that because I never seem to get them done on time, but San Diego Comic-Con over the last weekend has given us so much cool new shit, I absolutely have to talk about it a bit. First of all, there's the new Godzilla King of Monsters trailers. I haven't talked an awful lot about Godzilla on the channel before. I've reviewed a couple kaiju movies, but I really love the big guy, and I especially love a lot of his enemies. And I was actually in the camp that kind of liked the 2014 movie, though to be fair, I haven't watched it since it was in theater, so maybe I feel differently about it now. But watching this trailer for King of Monsters, which we have waited for freaking 4 years, well 5 when it actually comes out, oh man, that felt great. I don't know, there seems to be much more of a focus on mysticism this time around, where we really tried to focus on the nuclear aspect in the 2014 movie. Here they're talking about raising ancient titans in order to combat Godzilla and save the world, and we get this fantastic classical piece of music, I forget the title right now, as we get to see giant shapes, not the monsters themselves, not close-ups of the monsters themselves outside of, you know, the big G, but we get like shots of lightning and a shape with 3 heads in the fog in the horizon that resembles King Ghidorah. We get like giant moth wings spreading across the horizon as the classical music swells to show us Mothra, and we get freaking Rodan hype. Yeah, bitches! Dude, Rodan is my favorite. I know this is Fire Rodan, but I can't wait for Rodan. I really want to see a modern Rodan. I mean, the trailer may not really tell us an awful lot about story, and for me, the caveat with Godzilla movies is that the human drama very often isn't very interesting whatsoever, and I don't know, man. They haven't showed us anything that makes me hooked in that regard so far, but if we get plenty of monster fights, I mean, for all I care, we can have like all the possible combinations, and it could just be one long movie that way. But as long as we get far more monster action than the first one, where I will concur to the criticism that Godzilla was in it very, very little, but I will also say that's true of many of the older Godzilla movies. But as long as we get Rodan, Ghidra, Mothra, and Godzilla duking it out, there's a high chance I'm gonna be very, very happy with this movie. And hopefully in the future we can get some other slightly more obscure monsters in there. I want Vauron, man. And next up, we have a couple DCEU films, or rather, what do they call it now? They changed the name. It was never the official name, is what they're claiming. Whatever, we have a couple DC movies coming up. Now, if you've watched my videos, you know that I've given the DC universe a lot of shit, because there honestly haven't been, like, any movies in like particular, like, yeah, Wonder Woman. I like Wonder Woman, and I think Man of Steel has a few moments, but is otherwise a freaking disaster. But yeah, I haven't been impressed with anything I've seen so far. But I've really been looking forward to Aquaman for a handful of reasons. First of all, I'm a fan of James Wan. I haven't seen one of his movies I didn't like, except maybe Dead Silence way back when, and to be fair, I haven't actually seen Fast and Furious 7 or Death Sentence, but I really love his stuff, and I've been excited to see what he could do with an underwater fantasy world. And of course Patrick Wilson is there, which is also a plus. I like him just fine. And other than that, guys, I love Aquaman. For all the shit I have given the DC movie so far, I have been wanting Aquaman to succeed ever since he was first announced. And that's not because I'm a particular fan of the look they gave him. I didn't like him that much in his brief cameo in Dawn of Justice, and I barely remember anything of Justice League because I found the movie so horrendously boring, but I love the Aquaman character. I think he has potential to be super badass. I want him to succeed. I hate that he's this super grand global joke because of one freaking incompetent cartoon in the 80s, and I want him to break out of that more than anyone. I just don't think I want it with the Viking look. I didn't even like that in the Justice League cartoons or when it happened in the comics. I never liked that. It feels so much like trying way, way, way too hard to make him badass when all you have to do is write him right. There are so many artists that manage to make the old orange and green outfit work. So, I really want that. And they do seem to dial back a bit on that and put him in something a little more familiar, which I'm very happy with. But the actual Aquaman trailer, I'm a little bit lukewarm, guys. I do appreciate that they're going all out on the fantasy aspect. Like, there's there's definitely more color and more excitement than what we've seen so far, and I like that they're going all out on presenting Atlantis. It actually feels kind of like the DC trying to make their version of Thor whenever it takes place in Asgard, which I can appreciate, and I appreciate that they bring in both Ocean Master and Black Manta. I fucking love Black Manta, so can't wait to see that in action. But this trailer is a CGI nightmare. Am I the only one who thinks this trailer doesn't actually look finished? Like, so much of it is so weird, it moves so strangely, and it's so obviously CGI. I know they've held off on it for a while, and I was getting really annoyed at the lack of trailers or pictures or anything really for the longest fucking time. But, I mean, does that really look finished to you? I'm not sure. That said, though, I'm really looking forward to Black Manta. That one shot of him firing his laser just has me hyped so much. I'm actually a little annoyed that Ocean Master seems to be the main bad guy in this, and Black Manta is apparently going to be playing second banana a bit, but hey, I don't know until I see it. I'm definitely excited, I wanted the trailer to be more than that, though. Oh well. I really hope it does well. I really hope Aquaman can break out of the image he has in the public opinion so far. Conversely, though, there was another DC trailer that I absolutely freaking adored, and that was Shazam! I'm just gonna say it, this looks like the DC Universe's take on Kick-Ass. I mean, I was so excited through the whole thing here. Look, Captain Marvel, or Shazam as he's called now, no matter how you slice and dice it, is not built for being a dark character. Like, even more so than Superman. This is a 10-year-old boy, at least in the comics, who is suddenly put in a Superman body. And of course there's going to be a lot of excitement. Of course we're going to have these funny training montages and weird lines. It's kind of like watching Big with Tom Hanks, except with a superhero angle, and Big is already a wonderful movie. And I found myself laughing through the whole thing here. I mean, I was geeking out the whole way through this trailer, like, oh my god, that's Freddie Freeman, and oh my god, they're doing the train thing, and oh my god, he looks so cheesy in his costume, and I love it. Please allow this to be the child living out a fantasy movie. Even if Black Adam is gonna show up, and he's usually a pretty big deal. I mean, you can have an optimistic character that is put into a serious plot. It's not that difficult. I just want this to be the movie I'm going to be smiling the whole way through once we actually get to see it. Shazam looks so exciting. I'm excited. I can't wait for it. But, well, that should be just about all the trailers. I didn't see anything else at San Diego Comic-Con that I was particularly excited for. Oh my freaking god, are you serious? What? 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 Movie? Yes! Okay, yeah, this is a shitty teaser. It's just a couple faces right quick. It's one of those announcement teasers that show you absolutely nothing, but we're getting a Steven Universe movie? Even if it is a TV movie, we're getting a movie? Awesome! And don't worry guys, I am working on the season 6 list, although apparently the season isn't done yet. I thought the wedding was the finale. Never mind. Anyway, we obviously know absolutely nothing about this movie so far. We literally just have the announcement teaser, but the main question on my mind is not even what it's gonna be about or anything like that. It's, is it gonna be canon? And if it's going to be canon, is it going to be particularly important? I mean, we just yesterday finally had a moment where they acknowledged the video game, so it seems they're trying to make as much canon as possible, but are the video games particularly important to the main show? It doesn't seem that way. I just think it might be a wasted opportunity. I mean, it can go two ways. You can end up making a TV movie that nobody is going to understand if they don't follow the show because it's so heavily steeped in continuity, or you end up making a TV movie that is going to fall into the trap of just being a long episode. And I don't know which of those would be the preferable trap to fall into. I want it to be canon, but I want it to mean something if it is canon, you know? Either way, I'm definitely super excited. And these are just some of the cool things that have been happening lately. Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles dropped, and it looks awesome. The animation is great, and I'm loving the style in it so far. Ducktales has just announced a bunch of new characters, like freaking Fethry and Rocker Duck. And you know me, I love my ducks, so that's definitely exciting. And oh my god, there's just so much going on right now. It is a great time to be a geek, guys. So yeah, I just wanted to briefly share my excitement about this stuff. Can't wait for Godzilla King of Monsters, can't wait for Shazam. A little lukewarm on Aquaman, but I'm crossing my fingers. And wow, Steven Universe movie, I can't wait to learn a little more about that one. So I'll get right back to working on my stuff and making more videos, and I hope I'll see you guys around then. Don't forget to like this video, leave some comments about other cool stuff you saw at San Diego Comic-Con that I might have missed. I'd love to give you my thoughts on other things I haven't brought up here. And I'll just see you next time. Bye, guys.